Hey guys, got another knife review for you here. Today I'm going to be talking about the Mcusta knife. Now Mcusta, the brand, has a bunch of different models. I happen to get this one here. This one is a Quincewood model with a VG-10 Damascus blade. Now, of course, they do make tons of different models. The very most plain model being micarta handle scales with a plain blade, VG-10 but not Damascus. And those can run as low as I've seen about $85, $90, which is a really good bargain, for a knife of its kind. And then, of course, this is kind of the middle ground, where you have a Damascus blade with a nice hardwood handle scale, which this one costs specifically $135 from New Gram. That's about average price, $120 to $140 roughly. And then you can get all the way up into the higher end ones, or not necessarily higher end, but the most decorative, I would say, where instead of the wood handles, they actually have Damascus handle scales on either side, and those can run as high as I've seen 150 to 170. So of course, there's a big range of knives depending on what kind of look and options you want. But like I said, this is a wood with Damascus. It's a quince wood, although they also offer cocobolo and I think maybe ebony wood. It's really dark, almost black hardwood. Really nice, and obviously you just pick the one that best suits your style. Besides the actual wood itself, there's I think 2 or 3 different handle styles. This one just has these kind of rough cuts for grip, kind of a wavy pattern. They have another model that actually doesn't taper almost pointy in the end, but rather it's kind of fat in the end and it has kind of a bamboo look. So they have a couple different things. You can get what appeals to you most. They're all, I would assume, equally functional. It is a liner locking knife. I do want to mention when I first got this knife in the mail, it was in bad. It needed an oiling very, very badly. It was very gritty. You can hear the metal on metal scraping. I threw a little bit of Tough Glide oil in there, and it's working beautifully. I read online that these have a Teflon washers on this. It's Teflon. Now let's talk about the blade a little bit. Now I said it's a VG-10 Damascus. What that means is that the center core of the blade, and I'm pointing on the spine here, with the naked eye I can actually see the layers on here. There's 3 layers. You have Damascus on either side of the core, which is the VG-10. But of course the camera, it's not enough detail to pick that up. But you can see that with the naked eye. So basically, they do that so that the VG-10 is the actual cutting edge. Okay, so you have all the performance provided with VG-10, which is very good. But then you have the appearance and the looks of that Damascus blade. It's really nice. I mean, the video here does not do this justice. It's really, really beautiful. I like all different Damascus blades. This one specifically is 33-layer nickel Damascus. Okay, and if you're not familiar with Damascus Steel, basically what it is, imagine this, my finger here is a piece of steel. Okay, they'll use something soft like nickel. Okay, or some high carbon steels where they're darker. So let's say I have a piece of nickel, like a billet. Then I have a piece of like a really high carbon steel. They actually weld them together, okay, and then they fold them over each other, over top of each other. They heat it up and fold it. Heat it up, fold it, hammer it out, make it flat. And they kind of repeat that process, and it makes these beautiful designs. And of course, the way they do it will change the actual look in the end and what it looks like. And this is just really amazing. Like I said, unfortunately, the video doesn't do this justice. But this is a 33-layer Damascus. Obviously, the more layers, the more involved it's going to be, and of course, price will reflect that. But this is a very beautiful presentation between the Damascus and the nice natural wood handle. It's just a really nice combination. Very classy, in my opinion. When you get into natural materials like a hardwood like this, you will have minor imperfections. For example, right here, which looks like just a black dot, and up here a little bit, those are just knots in the wood. They're very small. I actually think they add a lot of characteristics to the knife, but you do have to keep that in mind. These are natural materials. If you get a handle with a slight crack in it or something like that, I don't believe it's covered under warranty. I think you have to take in consideration that they are natural materials. Obviously, something really bad is going to be replaceable, but little minor imperfections like that are acceptable when using materials like this. Something I didn't like about this is the pocket clip. The design's okay, it's nice. It's actually very functional. It's a very low riding knife. The pocket clip is not adjustable or swappable whatsoever. There's cutouts in the top here, so it only carries like this, which is a tip down carry, and it's only meant really for the right pocket. It's not swappable to the other side, because you need to make cutouts on that side in order to accommodate the pocket clip. The pivot screw as well as the double thumb studs they're all anodized. Now I want to say that it's titanium, but it might be aluminum. It's one of those, either titanium or aluminum. But they are anodized this very dark bluish purple color, very nice. Some models, I believe some of the cheaper models, they do not have the anodized hardware. Okay, so just attention to detail when you're ordering, to see which one you like the most. Some people might prefer, a stainless steel as opposed to that. I kind of like that. Just add something to the knife. But like I said, it is double thumb stud, so it's right or left-handed opening. It is a liner lock. The liner lock actually locks up very nicely. It's a classy knife, and I don't really want to do the quote-unquote spine whack test, but I'll give it a go anyway. I actually have not tried this yet. When I do this, I'm going to hold the knife like this, so if for some reason the blade does fail, it's not going to close on my fingers. You don't want to try this like this, obviously. So let me give it a couple whacks here for you good people. Oh, there you go. Classy but strong. And still very functional. So it passes the quote-unquote spine whack test. I don't necessarily like doing that test. It's not very scientific, and for the most part when you're doing cutting tasks, you're not going to be exerting that kind of force on the back of the blade, but it is a crowd pleaser, so I do it for the people. Anyway, let's see, what else can I say about this one? I'll give you some specs on it. It's 7.5 inches open, making the blade 3 1/4 inches long, and the handle 4 1/4 inches long. Now, I don't know the specific model as far as name, but as far as Newgram knives go, their catalog number is MC0016D, if you wanted to look up this exact same model. But as you can see there, it's a strong locking mechanism. It's a very, very classy looking knife. And once I added a little bit of oil, it was good to go. I'm not sure if that's something that they all need when they first arrive, if they do need oil like that. This one definitely did. But lightning fast now, as you can see there. Lightweight, and I can't say enough, very classy looking. Makes you feel kind of ritzy carrying this. This is cool because, for example, like my William Henry knife. That is an amazing knife. I mean, over the top, amazing. But not everyone has that kind of money to shell out. And to be honest, I wouldn't buy that knife. I happen to get it in a trade for my Zippo collection, but I wouldn't shell out that much, for the knife right now anyway. With my financial situation, I'm nowhere near rich. But for this knife for $135, you get almost as much class. I mean, especially to the non-knife person. They're not going to know the difference between this and that William Henry folder. It's very impressive for the price, and it is a good usable knife. That VG-10 is really going to perform for you. So I really like this one. I have to say, if I had to give it thumbs up, thumbs down, this would definitely get a thumbs up, without a doubt. Very cool knife. So that's the Mcusta Quincewood with the VG-10 Damascus blade. There's my review. I hope you liked it. I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.